Hey bag makers, I'm Sarah Lawson from Sew Sweetness. Thanks so much for joining me for Social Sunday, my weekly sewing chat. Hey everybody, welcome to Social Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me. I see everyone is chatting before the show. Kate's watching from Georgia. Lisa is watching from California. I saw a bunch of fellow Illinoisans. Misty's watching from Texas. Wendy from Orlando. Thank you everyone so much for joining me for Social Sunday. Danny's going to be joining me in just a second. We've been having delays the last couple months between when our Facebook stream starts and when our YouTube stream starts, so he just needs to make sure everything is in order before he pops on over. So a few things that we have to talk to you about today, and then I'm going to be answering your questions live at the end of the show, and also a giveaway. And here he is, the man of the hour. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right.
Almost fell down.
So just a friendly reminder, we're halfway into November, so there's still a couple weeks left to join in on our November challenge. For the month of November, all you need to do is make a Sew Sweetness project, and this month's challenge is any Sew Sweetness project that you are making and planning to give away for the holidays. And you have until the end of November to post that. The prize is a $100 gift certificate to sewsweetness.com, and that will be a randomly drawn winner. So,
guys, I see you love my glasses, but I've worn these many times. I've never heard the compliments, but thank you.
I was trying to think before the show. I'm not sure if I've ever worn my glasses on the show, but I begged
Sarah
Danny.
detests her glasses completely.
I don't detest them. I wear
wear
them, since we're in the house all the time, I wear them a majority of the time, but for the show, I normally like to wear my contact lenses, but for some reason, my allergies were really bothering me today. My eyeballs.
Also, sign her up too. Arlene Wade is celebrating a birthday.
I did write that down. Thank you for reminding me. Happy birthday to Arlene. It's Arlene Wade's birthday. I hope you had a beautiful day today. I hope the sun was shining for you and you had a great day. So happy birthday to you. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, my glasses. My allergies were bothering me. My eyeballs were on fire. So I took the contacts out and I feel a whole lot better. So yay for wearing glasses. Ooh, Michelle's watching from Broadview, Illinois. Nancy from Houston. Today we are doing something new. It was Danny's idea. He proposed it on the show a couple of shows back. And we wanted to highlight some of our bag making shops that sell their homemade bags and handmade.
Sarah, let me give a little backstory before you jump in on my, 5 minutes of fame here. I was trolling, and so I was looking in our Facebook group, and I saw this young lady. She made, I believe, 40 pouches for a craft fair that was coming up, and they canceled the craft fair. And I was like, man, gosh, I'm sure she's not the only one that has this issue. And I'm thinking, I told Sarah, like, well, I wonder if there's something we could do to help highlight, these people. And I'm thinking in my head, maybe like a virtual craft fair, or, what's the best way to do this? And in the comments, I think this might be the best way. I saw Melissa Mandice mentioning she has an Etsy shop, but she doesn't really get any business on there. It's all from word of mouth sales. And I know we're not word of mouth in that aspect, but if we are talking about it, people are going to see it. And hopefully if they're looking for a bag, it might fit their needs. And it may or may not work, but that was my idea behind it. And Sarah thought it was a good idea, which is rare, so I was really happy. And there's a lot of choices, so I tried to just randomly pick the first one. We'll probably get a better way of doing this eventually, or if not, we'll figure it out. But it's something new.
So there should be 2 links in the description. Hopefully you added the second link.
Yes,
link? Okay.
I added all the links.
All right, so there is a link if you haven't seen our post in the Facebook group, or if you are not on Facebook. If you would like to enter the link to your shop, it can be an Etsy shop. If you mainly sell on Instagram, if you have a website.
Yeah, I saw people's Facebook pages, Instagram,
yes.
Etsy.
So wherever your shop is hosted, we just have a quick survey, just a few questions, name, email, link to your shop. And you can enter that there. So the link is in the description if you would like to do that. And periodically we will be linking to and posting a screenshot or photos from shops. And this is the shop that Danny has chosen to feature tonight.
It's going to be Cindy Moore. I don't have her exact Etsy name. I don't want to say the
but
wrong one, but it's in the link. 1,000%.
Okay.
I put her name. I put her link to her shop. I took a little screen grab of some of the stuff she's offering. She had shirts. She's got a Coalition Tower bag. That looks like a Sheffield 2 bag. I see a Kennedy bag. Convertible cell phone wallet. I think is that the Charm School one?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Gosh, it's like I sew or something, but I don't. Day Trip, dash bag, Hyacinth. She's a very loyal So Sweetness sewist, I can tell, because I don't see other selections in this mix. And we appreciate that, because Sarah doesn't make the best patterns, but I won't just take it.
Did you say she doesn't make the best patterns? Or
No,
she does?
I know Sarah makes the best patterns, so I see why she chose your patterns. But I'm not going to take it. If an Etsy shop has other patterns, I'm still going to grab your shop and put you on there. But we do prefer if you have So Sweetness items in there as well. But we do appreciate you guys carrying our products.
And I know everyone that watches the show also sews, but sometimes you just like to purchase something for yourself, or you don't have time to make a project.
Yep.
I know I was talking to Bron, and I hope
She's got beautiful bags too. Look at the pictures.
Yeah.
Really nice work.
Great fabric. I love the Sheffield. That's my favorite one.
I like the Tower crossbody. I like the color choice, the fabric.
I hope Bronwyn won't mind me saying this, but Bronwyn purchased when we were talking about this the other day, Bronwyn purchased a handmade item made by another shop. So Bronwyn did not sew it herself. And I like that we can be supportive of other sewists, and we will be for sure featuring other shops in the future. So again, the link to enter your shop is in the description, and the link to the Etsy shop that we just shared is also in the description. And yeah, thank you for being a supportive community, and we love that we can post things like that and support each other.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
You want to do my pick of the week already too?
In 1 second.
Oh wow, I was ready to go.
Yeah, this show is geared toward you a little bit more than normal.
Oh gosh, I'm worried now because I didn't hear what else is geared towards me.
So Danny's second favorite part of the show, when he's on the show, we like to invite all the bag makers to stand proud. Let us know in the comments that you're part of the So Sweetness squad. We're so happy that you're here, and I just am so thankful every day that I get to share my love of sewing with all of you. And it's so crazy. 9 years ago, or
in my head, I heard you say, "Share the love of my life, Danny, spending the rest of life with you." I didn't hear about sewing. Gosh, I know what she really is in this for. You guys.
Yeah, who could have thought 9 years ago when I started sewing, little projects that it would that we would be working together or anything like that.
Yep,
I never would have guessed. Yeah.
Yep. Pretty amazing.
Okay, now we can get over to your pick of the week. So
are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
If you want to talk more about me, I'll accept it.
No.
Okay. My pick of the week is going to be a Cumberland backpack made by Shanova Mabry. I hope I say your name correctly. The fun part of this backpack is in the details. If you look really closely, that is actually SpongeBob fabric on like notebook paper. And when I saw that, I love SpongeBob. My kids grew up on SpongeBob. And I thought, heck, man, that is an awesome bag. For one, people may, if you're not proud of being a SpongeBob fan, you may have don't want to, represent it. But this is sort of like under the cover camouflage, and it looks super, super cool. And I would represent it, but not everyone would. But I do think 2 thumbs up, Shanova. Great job.
I love the grab handle that she added to the top of the backpack also. That's super cool. All right. I know a lot of you have already purchased our latest 4-pack video bundle. I'm so thankful for that. Thank you so much. We did prepare a trailer video showing all the projects. I know we've been sharing the projects the last 2 weeks on Sewcial Sunday, but we prepared a single video showing all the features of the bags, and we shot that last night. Danny was up. When I came down in the morning, Danny was awake until 8 o'clock in the morning, like editing videos.
Sarah gave me a huge list of things to do, and I wanted to make sure it was done in the morning before I went to bed, because sometimes I like to sleep in. I'm not going to lie, it's the weekend. And it may be 1 or 2 o'clock before I wake up. And that doesn't give me a lot of time for the show. So I was ready to make sure I printed orders. So if you guys noticed you had shipping notifications, I took care of pretty much all the orders up until 6 a.m. today. And then if there's any problems, I took care of those as well. And yeah, so here's the video. Long story short, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hey bag makers, I'm Sarah Lawson from Sew Sweetness, and I'm so excited to introduce you to my 4 latest patterns, including that sewing machine travel bag behind me. They include PDF patterns with full color step-by-step instructions with a color photograph for just about every step. And in the videos, I walk you through the entire projects from start to finish, including cutting out your pattern pieces, attaching your interfacing, and finishing the bags all the way up until the very end. The bellow pouch comes in 3 different sizes, and both the pattern and the video feature 2 different finishing methods. You can either finish the pouch at the end of the pattern by sewing right sides together, or you can finish the lining using binding. There's an optional pull tab on one side as well as a handle on the other side, which makes the pouch easy to open and close. Let me show you what the two different methods look like on the inside. So here's size large, and for size large, I finished by sewing right sides together, and as you can see, the lining is finished and no raw edges are showing. This pouch is perfect for using directional fabric because there's a seam on the bottom of the pouch as well as some functional top stitching, and this top stitching allows this curved pouch to stand upright even when it's empty. So size small I made using binding, and let me show you what that looks like on the inside. So the binding is actually one continuous piece of binding that sort of weaves its way around the entire pouch, and you'll want to use a coordinating fabric so that it blends in a little bit, but either method that you choose, I think you'll be really happy with the finished results. The Bella pouch features full color step-by-step instructions with a photograph for just about every step, and the video online workshop is 1 hour and 29 minutes long. The Cavalcade travel bag is a great large size travel bag with two separate sections, the main section in the top of the bag and another additional section that zippers on the bottom of the bag. It features a removable adjustable strap on the sides of the bag, as well as a luggage sleeve on the back for easy sliding onto your suitcase. Let me show you the insides of the bag now. Here's the main compartment, and it features a zipper pocket on either side, and the bottom of the bag also has a zippered compartment, and there's two different finishing methods for finishing this bottom section. You can either finish by sewing right sides together, which I've done here, or you can finish this bottom piece by attaching binding. I'll also show you how to make a fun two-tone strap in the video. The Cavalcade travel bag has a full color PDF pattern, and the video online workshop is 2 hours and 33 minutes long. The Super Bloom tote bag requires no purse hardware to make and features stylish and functional side zipper pockets as well as an additional slip pocket in the side. The top of the bag closes with a recessed zipper, and there's also a zipper pocket in the lining. This project features a full color step-by-step PDF pattern as well as a video online workshop that's 1 hour and 34 minutes long. This is the sewing machine travel bag, and it's designed for sewing machines that are 17 inches long by 14 inches tall by 9 inches deep. So the finished size of the bag is 19.5 by 15 by 13. So I wanted to share with you some of the features of this bag. First off, it is made to work with a rolling luggage carrier. So I use the Samsonite brand of luggage carrier, but I noticed when looking online that there's a variety of different manufacturers that make similar luggage carriers. As long as yours has a similar handle like this and you'll want at least 1 or 2 wheels on the bottom, it should work with this pattern. And I do have a note in the pattern instructions once we get to attaching the luggage sleeve, which is what attaches the bag to the luggage carrier. There's a note in that step of the pattern to just do a quick check to make sure that your luggage sleeve will fit on the brand of luggage carrier that you have. Okay, so that's the luggage carrier. The bag has front handles as well as a side adjustable strap. The adjustable strap is optional, so if you feel like you might not be wanting to use a side strap as well as the front handles, you can omit the side adjustable strap. So now let's go through the bag and show you some of the features. So it has a front pocket with lots of different storage for all of your sewing notions and tools. So as you can see, I've got thread in these mesh elastic pockets. And there's also pockets on the actual front pocket part of the bag for more thread if you need to take lots of thread with you. There is a long clear vinyl zippered pocket for scissors or other items. And then there's also a smaller clear vinyl pocket on the bottom. As you can see, I've got some of my friction pens in there. There's also some slip pockets in the actual flap of the bag. And all in all, tons of storage for all of your sewing items. The interesting thing about this bag is because it's designed to hold a heavy sewing machine, my sewing machine's almost 50 pounds because it's all metal. The handles are actually not stitched to the bag. The handles are hidden handles, and the handle piece is one continuous piece that threads on the inside of the bag in between the lining and exterior layers. So you won't see the handles on the inside, you'll just see the handles popping out from the outside of the exterior. But the method of attaching the handles kind of creates a sling. So the handles weave down underneath the bag in two different areas and then out, of course, on the other side. And the method of the sling portion is load bearing. So you'll be able to carry a heavy sewing machine or whatever you're putting inside the bag. There's also a false bottom at the bottom of the bag with wooden boards, and that also helps manage the weight. And it's designed so that your handles will never rip out of the fabric. The sling option is really nice, and I just think it's a great feature for toting your heavy sewing machine around. There is a Velcro strap on the handles designed to keep them together, and when you need to separate the handles, you can just release the Velcro. And let me show you what it looks like on the inside. So the exterior is assembled with foam interfacing, and the lining interfacing is Pellon Shape Flex. However, there's also additional craft foam on the inside. So I use 1/2-inch craft foam just to reinforce the bag. We want to protect our sewing machines when we're toting them out of the house, and so that 1/2-inch craft foam is really handy in making sure everything is well protected, as is the false bottom. And then in the flap of the bag, or the lid, there's a mesh pocket, a longer mesh pocket, so you can put your pattern pieces, bits of interfacing fabric, whatever you need to, in the lid of the bag. And I also have a note in the instructions in the pattern. If you would prefer this zippered pocket to be made with clear vinyl instead of mesh, you can easily do that substitute while you're cutting out your fabric. So let me show you the sides and the back of the bag. So the side of the bag features the hardware to hold the adjustable strap, and there is also mesh elastic pockets on both sides, handy to fit a book, sewing patterns, rulers, whatever you need to. And then here's the luggage sleeve on the back. So the luggage sleeve is quite wide, and it has a bit of a lift, so it will fit easily on the luggage carrier, whether you're using the Samsonite brand or another brand of luggage carrier. So I'm really excited to have a pattern for a rolling sewing machine bag, and I hope you are too. If you love those 4 projects, be sure to pick up your bundle now. It's at a $20 savings, so a final cost of $40 for 4 PDF patterns and 4 videos. And it's only available until November 25th, and then the bundle goes away forever. So grab your bundle and let's get sewing. I hope you enjoyed that trailer video. I'm going to be answering questions at the end of the show, so if you have any questions about any of the projects, I'm happy to answer as many as I can live. Danny's making his way back around over here after making sure our sound was on and making sure everything was in order for coming back from that video. Before we get over to answering questions live, I wanted to announce the 2 winners of last week's giveaway, because we had 2 winners for the past 2 weeks. And those 2 winners are Dawn Rogalski, so congratulations to you, Dawn, and Manalia Saucedo, congratulations to Manalia. I've contacted both of the winners on social media and just waiting to hear back from them so that I can get them their prizes. There's another giveaway at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. All right, Danny, take it away with some of the questions. Let's see. No. Jennifer wanted to know, are the new bags available now? Yes, the 4-pack video bundle as well as the individual patterns are available now, and the link to the 4-pack video bundle is in the description. Dalva says the bundle is only available for those specific dates. Yeah, that's a great question. So the 4-pack video bundle is only available from November 15th until November 25th. And then the bundle goes away forever, but the patterns will always be available individually in case you're just interested in one or two. Ella Lou says, does your Juki fit in the sewing machine bag? Yes, it does. Actually, let's see. I think it'll be too large to show on camera, but I do have some photos that I took of my sewing machine in the bag. And in that video where I was rolling the luggage carrier out to the car, the sewing machine was actually in the bag during those shots. I'll post some pictures of my sewing machine in the bag on social media sometime this week. Lillian says, love all the new additions, such as the SVGs, timings in the videos, luggage carriers, etc. Thank you so much, Lillian. So we added some new features this time based on your suggestions. I think all of these were suggestions that I have been emailed recently. So the 4 new videos are all timestamped by the step. That was an email suggestion that I received a couple months ago. Previously, I had the timestamps for the sections, but I received feedback from not only that particular email, but when I asked around, people said they do like the timestamps for the particular steps so that if they've made the bag before, but maybe there's a step or two that they like to refer to every time they make it, such as the Park Sling backpack or when I make the Paladin pouch. I always need to think really hard and look at my instructions rather than just coasting off of memory on the particular step where you start sewing everything together. And so I added that to the videos. We will be timestamping all of the steps for the older videos as soon as we possibly can, and we'll just get those up as soon as they've been finished. SVG files are for electric cutters like the Cricut Maker or the Brother Scan and Cut. In case you own an electric cutter, the SVG is for that particular purpose. We now have AO files, which is large format paper for printing at a copy shop. The pattern pieces are still included in the PDF patterns like always, but some people prefer not to tape the pages together. And if that's you, you can now get the 4 latest patterns printed at your copy shop. Same case with the time stamping. We'll add older titles as time allows. And now we also have projector files if you happen to have a projector on your ceiling or wherever you have it that projects the pattern pieces to your workstation. The projector files are for that specific purpose. So those are all the new additions to the patterns. On the small bellow pouch with the binding, what kind of pink fabric did you use? So on the bellow pouch, I used 2 different colors of Kona cotton. I think one might have been carnation, but I was trying to find a coordinating fabric for the pink floral, and so I have a lot of different colors of Kona that I like to use sometimes for quilting, and so I just chose a Kona solid for that.
Or if our website's getting hit hard, people are having so they can't access the site currently.
After the show, I will up the traffic bandwidth capabilities on the website. If you're having trouble, maybe just wait a little bit, perhaps after the show, and then I'll get right on that and up the traffic on the website.
Did you answer that one right on the screen? On the screen, sir?
Yes, I did. Kyla says, would pre-made nylon woven straps work as an alternative to a sewn strap in the sewing machine carry? That's a really great question. Yes, you can use, in my sewing machine bags, I use nylon strapping covered with quilting cotton. If you prefer just to use the nylon strapping by itself, you can. If you're using the same width of nylon strapping as I've used in the pattern, you won't need to make any modifications. I saw a few of the pattern testers used seatbelt strapping, and sometimes that's a little bit wider than 1 inch. And so that would be a great option for the sewing machine bag as well, because obviously seatbelt strapping can manage a lot of weight. Dawn wants to know if the wooden boards are the same size as the pet carrier. Unfortunately, the pet carrier boards are, I think, 1 inch longer than the sewing machine, the false bottom in the sewing machine. I would have liked them to be both the same, but I made the sewing machine bag. I collected a lot of data on sizes of friends' sewing machines, and the sewing machine bag, the finished size, is based on those that data that I collected. And so I would have liked to have the same board be able to use for the sewing machine bag, but unfortunately it didn't end up being the case. Amanda says, have you thought about an add-on for the sewing machine bag for a bag that holds your extension table for the machine? Maybe set up like the Creative Maker where it's based off the table extensions dimensions. That is a good idea. Actually, I haven't been asked about that, a separate bag for the table. I wonder if I guess it would depend on the dimensions of your table with the legs folded up, but I wonder if the grab and go sleeve from Minikin Season 1 would work for that purpose, because the grab and go works off the measurements of your computer or device, and so you could measure the table as long as it's not too wide, or if perhaps the legs don't fold down. I don't think that would work in that case. Patty says, can I get one pattern from the bundle? Yes, if you're only interested in a single pattern or a single pattern and video, you can purchase those now, and those are available now on sewsweetness.com. Jackie wants to know, on the sewing machine bag, what kind of wood did you use? I used
the wood kind of wood?
a 1/4 of an inch thick plywood boards. I used 2 8-inch by 10-inch boards. We'll have those in stock in the shop soon. You can also, so there's a few different options for the false bottom in the sewing machine bag. Actually, let me grab it so that I can hold it up. Danny, I'll be right back.
Good luck, Sarah. Guys, I'm sorry we have to end the stream early tonight. It was wonderful being here. Oh, gosh.
Okay.
Didn't finish in time.
All right, so here is the false bottom from the sewing machine bag. I used 2 boards in mine. As you can see, I'm bending it, so there's 2 boards. Each board is 8-inch by 10 inches as written on the pattern, and I also offer an alternative in the instructions of the pattern if you prefer a single board. The reason I opted for the 2 boards, we thought long and hard about 2 boards or 1 board. I thought a single board over time, it might cause a little stress on the middle of the board, especially if you have a really heavy sewing machine. My Juki is really heavy. And so I opted to go with the 2 boards. I think 1 board would also probably be okay. I had a tough time deciding, and so I just offered both of the options in the pattern. But yeah, this is the false bottom from the pattern. The bag has, I think I showed on last Sunday's show, the bag has sling type handles. So it's a single handle, but it runs underneath the bottom of the bag to help lift the weight of the sewing machine rather than top stitch straps, which over time might rip off the bag. So that's not the case in this pattern, but with the false bottom, that will definitely help with those handles running underneath and lifting the weight of the bag. Carolyn says, how much is the bundle? So the bundle is $40, and it's 4 PDF patterns, so all 4 projects and the 4 videos. So you get all that for the $40, as well as all of the extra files, and those are included with the PDF pattern if you just purchase the single PDF as well. Extra files will be included with any PDF purchase for the new projects. Nancy says, do you have any helpful tips for sewing the binding around the curves of the Rockstar bag lining? So,
slow with a stiletto.
So slowly. You can use a stiletto like Danny mentioned. I don't often use a stiletto, especially in the videos, but it's a good option to keep your fingers free of the sewing machine needle. Lots of wonder clips. What else can I mention? Did I say so slowly already? That's the first thing I said. Kathy says, why are you using metal zippers now better than the plastic ones? Thank you. So these are actually, let me hold this one up. Can we switch to the overhead or no?
Nope.
Okay.
Sorry.
Let's see if we close our eyes, maybe.
What are you trying to do?
I want to show the zipper. There we go. So this is actually a nylon metallic look zipper. So that's actually not metal. It's nylon, just like other.
Yeah, you had a few questions
zippers
about
that I
metal
have.
zippers, so I assume people thought these were metal.
So we sell these in the shop as zippers by the yard. So again, they're not metal. They're nylon, just like your regular everyday zipper. They just look like metallic. They have a metallic finish. Currently, we have them in silver metallic look and also a rainbow metallic look. We have new finishes on the way, which we should have shortly. Gunmetal, rose gold, gold, and I think that's it. Dana says, if I bought one pattern and rethought and want to buy the package, is there a way? Sure. If that's the case, you can always email me. Say if you purchase the one pattern now and next week you decide, oh, I would rather have the bundle, just email me and I'm happy to take care of that for you. And my email is sarah@sewsweetness.com, and that's Sarah with no H.
Vanessa says, how about the Staples method for the Rockstar curves?
Oh, that's a good idea. That would really help for before sewing the binding on. I do have a free video on my YouTube channel showing how to use staples to finish a bag, and that's a great recommendation, Vanessa. Thank you for that. Angie says, is there a way to buy the bundle for someone else as a gift and have it sent to their email? So I would suggest getting them a gift certificate in that case, because when you purchase any patterns and videos from my websites, the purchases go into the purchaser's account. And if you're buying it as a gift for someone else, they'll likely like to have it in their account, or if they don't have an account, they would create their own account. And a gift certificate would help, because then they can purchase it and create an account, or they can sign into their account if they already had an account. And if you just go to the sewsweetness.com website under, I think under all patterns, I think there should be a listing for gift certificates, or you can just type gift certificates in the search box. Beth says, Sarah, in the bags that you offer different options to finishing, do you have a preference? That's a really good question. So in the bellow pouch that I talked about in the video, the 2 different finishing methods, the bigger size, I really love using the right sides together sewing method. The little size, because you have such a small work area compared to the other 2 bigger sizes, the binding I found was easier. Some people, especially if you your hands get sore after doing a lot of work with the bag, such as turning things right side out, perhaps binding is a better option for you. So you don't have to decide at the beginning of the pattern. The assembly instructions are the same for both methods until the very end, and that's when it kind of splits off into the 2 different choices. Diana says, yes, do you offer gift certificates? I looked last night and can't find them. Yeah, so just go to sewsweetness.com. I have a little eyeglass icon which designates the search function.
A magnifying glass.
Magnifying
search.
glass, thank you. And you can just type in gift certificates. If you have trouble finding it, feel free to email me, and I'm happy to help though. Sandra says, how long is the sewing bag? So the bag, I think it's 19.5 inches long off the top of my head. That's the finished size. My sewing machine is exactly 17 inches long, and it fits in there perfectly. Mickey says, I love the way that my patterns, my videos are now listed.
Big thumbs up. Yeah, how did you know it's thumbs up?
We are, even though our previous venture to move the website did not work out, we are currently having
That's
the
a kind way of
website.
saying it.
We are currently keeping the website on our current platform, and we're just having it prettied up a bit, including the your account areas. And so there's more work to come on the account area, but for a start, things will look a little different, hopefully improved. We wanted it to be more functional since we have so many extra files now, like the SVG files and the projector files. We wanted it to be more clear so you can find what you're looking for, because likely you're not using all of those different files. You're maybe using 1 or 2. Shannon says, Sarah, several comments from people concerned their machines won't handle the patterns. Is there anything thicker with this pattern group? Is there anything thicker? I'm not sure what the second portion of the question was in reference to.
With this pattern group, is there a particular bag that's thicker or more challenging than the other bags, possibly? I'm guessing she's saying.
She's asking which one's the most challenging.
Yeah, several comments from people concerned the machines won't handle the patterns. Is there anything thicker with this pattern group than your previous patterns? So,
oh, I understand.
Like a Rockstar bag, your last one they released.
Okay. As far as the layers go and the combinations of interfacing, I'm not using anything differently than I normally do. So if you have made any of my bag projects before, I think your machine should be okay. That sewing machine bag has 1/2 inch foam on the inside, but you're not actually sewing over the 1/2 inch craft foam. And so even though things get quite large and bulky as far as the size of the project at the end, I think most sewing machines, home sewing machines, should be able to handle it. If you have a specific question in regards to your particular machine, you can always email me. I've had emails like that in the past, and I'm always happy to help offer guidance as far as suggesting projects. Jennifer says, is anyone allowed to teach your patterns in craft shops, and are we allowed to sell the bags we make from your patterns in vendor malls or on Facebook? So great question. Any of my patterns can be made by the home sewist to sell online at craft fairs. So yes to that question. The first question in regards to teaching my patterns at a craft shop or a sewing shop, yes, you can do that also. We just ask that each student has their own copy of the pattern. So it's a free, if it's a free pattern that they downloaded it from our website. If it's a non-free pattern, that just means that each person has purchased their own pattern.
Sorry, I'm a little slow now.
That's okay.
Boom.
Ella Lou is asking.
I think it's the wrong one.
Is that not the one you meant to post?
No.
Okay. Jessica says, I know you guys are working on additional SVGs for Minikins and some of the other patterns. Do you have an idea when they will be available? Thank you for adding these options. So Michelle Graham is working on the SVG files. She's working on, I'm not sure what she's working on next, but she does have a few going on at the same time. We'll let you know on the live shows and on social media as soon as we have more SVG files for the patterns. And in case you missed it, there's also a section in the pattern shop. Under the drop down, there's different options such as all patterns, patterns with videos. There's also an option for SVG files, and there's another option for AO files and projector files. So you can, if you'd like, periodically check back to either of those sections, whatever you're interested in, such as SVG files, and they will be, new titles will be added to those sections as they are ready. Sally says, I plan on using transparent thread and I don't know what type of needle I need. I don't want to lie. I've only used that type of thread one time and it was many years ago, so I don't want to give a wrong answer. But if anyone has the answer to Sally's question, let us know in the comments, either on Facebook or YouTube. Danny will look out for that comment and we'll post it on the screen. Melanie says, would it be possible to include layers on the PDF file so you can print out a particular size instead of all sizes? That's a great question.
That's a great idea.
On the projector file, there are layers, but not on any of the others. So I'll have to write that down.
Well, this is to print, nothing to do with projecting.
I know. I'm just saying on the projector
Oh,
file.
it also would apply?
No, on the projector file, which is a PDF, I did prepare layers for each of the individual sizes, but I did not do that on any of the other files. So
Gotcha.
I'll leave myself a note for that. Thank you. Mary says, what stabilizer are you using for these bags? So the bellow pouches, I used foam interfacing. I like using by Annie Soft and Stable, which is a sew-in foam, but there are other brands of foam interfacing on the market. The lining fabric, pretty much all my linings are Pellon Shape Flex.
Did you just throw your bag down?
Yeah, I did. The Super Bloom tote bag is also foam interfacing, Pellon Shape Flex on the lining, and there's a piece of either Peltex or Decoville Heavy on the bottom to make it a firm bottom.
Sarah, is that like an off-white?
No, it's white. Is it looking
I know
odd on the camera?
The videos when I'm adjusting color, it seemed like it's off-white.
The Cavalcade travel bag is the same combination of interfacings as the Super Bloom, so just with the addition of the either Peltex or Decoville Heavy, and the sewing machine bag, the same case. Those three interfacings plus the 1/2-inch craft foam.
There's no such thing as a silly question.
That's right. When you say copy shop, do you mean someplace like Office Depot? Yeah, Office Depot, Staples. I'm not sure of the names of copy shops in other countries, but yes, a print shop, to use a generic term, I guess. Robert says, are all the patterns binding finished? My binding has never come out well. I like birthing. So in the bellow pouch, I give you both options, either sewing right sides together or binding. In the Super Bloom tote bag, everything's turned right side out through one of the zipper pockets, so no binding in this one. The Cavalcade travel bag, the large travel bag, everything's sewn right sides together and turned. The top part is turned through the zipper pocket in the top section, and the bottom section can be finished two ways, just like the bellow pouch, either sewn right sides together or binding, but just on the bottom, the very bottom
I love the
part
colors
of the
that
bag.
bag.
Thank you. And the sewing machine bag is sewn all right sides together.
Are you team birthing or are you team opposite of birthing?
It depends. I feel like over the years, a lot of customers
Binding.
seem to like sewing right sides together. However, if they're working with certain substrates like leathers, a lot of them like
Can't
to
birth
use
it.
the binding because it makes the
You
fabric
don't want
look
to damage
nicer.
the fabric when
Yeah.
you're flipping in and out. Yep, makes sense.
Lisa says, do you find your Juki handles several layers well? I'm thinking about purchasing one for bag making as I don't have room for an industrial but don't want to regret it. So We have a video on our YouTube channel showing my sewing machine. And if you just go on the Sew Sweetness YouTube channel in the search box, if you type my sewing machine, that video should come up. And I show you all the features of the machine, and I also slap a thick layer of interfacings and cork fabrics. I stack it up and sew through it so you can see that in action in the video. Sandy says a supplemental bag for an embroidery arm. Oh, that's a good idea for that sewing machine pattern. I'll write that down too. A serger bag, I actually have that on. I keep a spreadsheet on my computer of sewing pattern ideas, future sewing pattern ideas, and I do have a serger bag on that list. I'm not sure when I'll be able to get to it. It'll be similar principles to the sewing machine bag, but obviously smaller and maybe about squared, because a lot of sergers are about that shape. Karen says, if it's a single strap, how do you connect the ends to maintain the strength of the strap? That's a great question. So it's basically a ring of fabric with the nylon strapping inside. So a single strap, and then I connect the nylon strapping by layering it on top of each other and just sewing through it a bunch of times. I finish the kind of almost like attaching quilt binding at the end. I sew the fabric of the handle right sides together, enclose the nylon strapping. So it's basically a single ring, and it's threaded through the openings in the sewing machine bag. Sorry, I'm not able to, we don't have our overhead camera set up, but on last Sunday's show, I showed you the handles, how they kind of pull through the openings a little bit. So yeah, it is one single ring of fabric, that handle on the sewing machine bag. One long ring though. Right? It was a super long ring.
Yeah, at first I was wondering, how are you going to connect it all together? And I was like, oh, interesting.
Like magic. Jessica says, I just wanted to thank you for all the videos and tips you make available. I drew a blank today on how to lengthen a cork strap, and your video walked me through it. I'm so happy our videos are helpful. We've collected quite a library of tutorial videos over the year. You can find that on my website, sewsweetness.com. We have a tutorials tab. There's a few different options under that tab, but one of them is bag making techniques. And I think we have,
there's a bunch.
gosh, I want to say maybe almost 80 videos so far that we've added to that library.
Yeah, if you use those, honestly, they're great because it lets you hack a bag in any way you want. You want to add another pocket over here. You want to do a finesse of an idea over here. It gives you a lot of tools to use to make the bag your own, which a lot of people do in our group, which I think is pretty cool. And they're there for you to use. And
I try my best to make those tutorial videos generic, like Danny said, to apply to any project. So I'm not looking at them in terms of being used in a specific bag pattern.
This is only a bellow hack per se.
I try to word it generically. Yep.
Let you apply it any way you like. Here's a big debate question.
When did seamstress become sewist? That's a good question. I'm not even sure.
I didn't know there was a difference. In my head, I didn't think seamstress, sewist. I would always think sewist, but seamstress seems right, honestly. I think they're both applicable. I like that word.
It's funny because over the years, we've had to do customer service calls with non-sewing people, and sometimes when we tell people that I sew or I'm a sewer, they have used the term sewer before. I'm not sure.
Oh, they don't. Yeah.
Sew
sweetness.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's again the non-sewing people.
I like to say Sarah's a sew winner. She's so winning.
Joanne says, someone was asking earlier, but you didn't see, do you have a preference on how to finish inside the seams, binding or right sides together? Yeah, I think I answered that one, but it depends on the project. I do veer toward sewing right sides together, but sometimes the project just requires finishing with binding. And I have sprinkled a few binding finished bags into my pattern making library over the years, just because I like to introduce different options to you so that you can add them to your projects in the future, or you can practice a specific technique like adding binding so that you're more comfortable with future patterns.
I'll put this up that I just saw popped around. I thought you answered, but just to be clear.
Okay. Will the patterns for the 4-pack bundle be available individually after the sale? They're available individually now, so you can purchase just a single pattern if you wish. I try to make them available at the same time as well as the bundle, just because I know not everyone is interested in all the projects. Are you calling it on the questions?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Time for some giveaways.
I feel like that really flew by today.
Yeah, it did.
I apologize if I did not get to your question live, but we'll be back again next Sunday answering some more questions. I have a giveaway. The giveaway prize for today is 6 yards of Tula Pink fabric from various fabric lines. And all you need to do to enter my giveaway is to answer my question in the comments wherever you watch Social Sunday, either on Facebook or YouTube. I will draw a randomly drawn winner at the end of the day this Saturday and announce on next Sunday's show. And my question is, what is your favorite comedy, movie, or TV show? What's your favorite?
I should probably thought of this.
I'll answer mine while you think really quick. Lately I've been, I can't even say this on the show.
I found it. Dave Chappelle's show. I thoroughly enjoyed Dave Chappelle's show when we were younger. And I say that younger, it's probably almost 20 years ago. I thought it was pretty funny.
My favorite comedy show that I've been enjoying lately is, I can't say this out loud. How can I say this?
Schitt's Creek.
Can we say that in the show? Sorry, I
Yeah,
apologize.
it's spelled C-S-C-H-I-T-T-S.
They use a clever way of saying the word, but yeah, it's a really funny show. It's quirky. I really enjoy it. When I'm having a day where I'm like, I need to laugh a little bit, I turn on that show. Yes, I see a lot of great comments coming through the group. So thank you so much for joining us for Social.
Wait, we got to give some, Sarah, we just launched an awesome product launch, and how are we not going to give stuff away besides the normal weekly giving stuff away? I think for the active participants, let's take this away. So you have a chance to still type in the comments. Let's do 5 giveaways. So that would be that'd be $200 giveaway, and we'll do 5 winners. Okay. We'll do someone on the first page, on the last page,
live
and
winner.
you'll pick.
So all live winners then?
Yeah. So if you're commenting right now, you're included already in this thing, and you could still comment going on right now. So you could just say, wow, Danny, you do an amazing job. And if you say that, I might value that 10 times more than someone else's on the page. I'm not saying I will, but I might. But no, you feel free to start commenting. I'm going to go off the initial people that come for the pre-show. And I really appreciate Melissa Manadize, Montana Wendy. There is a whole slew that jump on 30 minutes or longer before the show starts and just chat. And it's awesome to see. Mm-hmm. We're usually very busy, so we can't jump in and talk. But that's why I saw Melissa's comment about her Etsy shop
Very busy
earlier.
getting ready for the show, just to clarify.
So we want to appreciate people coming in and, hanging out. So first page, let's go to that. That'll be an easy one while we do the last one.
So Danny has his laptop here with all of your comments, and so that's, just to be transparent, that's what we're drawing for.
Let's give the very first person.
Comments. Okay.
It's Ruby Ben from Michigan.
Okay.
I'll put it up so you guys can see. That was the first comment in the show.
While we're drawing the winners, if we announce your name as one of
the 5. Whoa, I take that back.
What?
The pages went by extremely fast.
Okay.
But we're still going to give Ruby Ben something. I want to make sure I'm fair to who had it.
Okay.
Go ahead, sir.
If we announce your name as part of one of the 5, please email me after the show. My email is sarah@sosweetness.com, and that's Sarah with no H, and then we'll get you hooked up. What's the prize again? I don't think you specifically said.
It's the brand new 4-pack bundle of 4 amazing bags Sarah just showed.
And if you already bought the bundle, we'll just refund your purchase. Okay?
So you win no matter what.
Okay.
Okay, that was the first comment. I'll be back. Mary Locke.
Mary Locke?
Yeah,
okay.
The other, push it 1 page back.
All right.
Yep, she was the very first comment. And sorry for the other people that are generally on the very first, but I wanted to be fair as possible. So, all right, Sarah, we're going to pick a minimum page right here. I'm going to go back and forth. You tell me stop.
Okay. Stop.
We're on page 62. And give me a number. Don't look.
5.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you serious? Oh. You're not going to win twice, Mary. I'm sorry, but you were actually I guess you comment often, and we appreciate that. Let's do another number on this page, Sarah.
Okay. Am I telling you to stop?
It's on the page. You're just going to tell me a number. 1 through 20.
2.
2. Make sure it's okay before I post it. Okay.
Jen Soper.
Jen Soper.
All right. 2 more winners.
All right. 2 more winners. Well, let's pick one of these newer pages.
Okay.
So it's going through.
Okay.
All right. 1 through 20.
1.
Jennifer Smith. While you guys are generous and helpful. Thank you, Jennifer, for a nice comment.
Okay. 1 more winner.
All right. What year did you... How long many years have you been doing this? What have you been sewing bags professionally? We'll use that as our page
9
number.
years? 9 years.
Okay, 9 years. And do you want to give me a number? 1 through 20.
10.
Let's give me 3, 6, Crystal Sue, I believe you say your name correctly. Big business wins. Yeah, that was 5 quick winners.
All right.
We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
And again, if we announced your name, please email me after the show, and it's sarah@sosweetness.com. All right. So on that note, we hope you have a great week and happy
Thank you
sewing.
so much, everyone.
Bye,
You have a good night.
everybody.
Bye-bye.